dealing with others' judgments, notions, preconceived ideas, does it bother you? I mean, I'm sure you must have faced it all, right? We all face it, that you make a personal choice, people have judgment about it. You make a professional choice, people have judgment about it. How do you deal
We
with
all go
it?
through it. Yeah, you're right. When you say that, every one of us actually have to live through with this opinions about other people and what they feel about you, and so on and so forth. I think somewhere down the line, the key, or at least the core that I believe is to handle this kind of outside pressure, is to be strong within yourself. It's very important to actually first know what you want to do, who you are as a person, what you do as an individual, what do you stand for, what are your values, what are your principles, what is it that makes you as an individual, and being stronger in your own self helps you to actually handle or tackle the challenges, the nuances that the world is actually throwing at you, that the people are actually throwing at you. If you are at peace with your own self, then I think nothing else can affect you.
Yeah, very interestingly, just this morning I was watching Alia Bhatt's interview, and what she said really did make sense to me. She said that I don't take uh, people or universe as a responsibility upon me, asking them that each and every one on this planet is supposed to love me, is supposed to like me. There obviously will be people who would not like me for who I am, what I am, and my job is not to keep focusing on that. My job is to do what I want to do, and in the whole game, if there are people who like me, it's great. If there are people who don't like me, it's all right. So I just leave them to their own this thing, and I don't take everything personally, so with every kind of comment and everything, because there's, like you said, that there's a lot of psychology behind it. There are people who are even paid for doing these kind of trolls. There are people who are earning their livelihood by doing these kind of things. So you really have to stop personally, or kind of detach yourself to it to some extent also,
Yeah, I
right?
think it's definitely makes a lot of sense, and that's in fact one of the reasons why I always tell people that it's important to be selfish. It's a program that I run for corporates and for people, for individuals,
To
as a
be
life coach.
selfish.
Yes,
Did you say selfish,
yes,
Nitin?
I did, and this is exactly the reaction I get from a lot of people when I actually say that it's important to be selfish, because and being selfish doesn't really mean that you have to go out there and hurt someone else. Being selfish really means that you need to first take care of your own self, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, to be able to take up all the challenges that are there in the world around you. I mean, we all have traveled by a plane, and you must be hearing this very common announcement that they make on the flight, that in case of emergency, please you wear your own oxygen mask first before others. Now, they don't say that because they really love you and they really want you to be alive and the rest of the people to die. No, that's not the objective. The objective is very simple. There's a science behind it, because if you yourself stop breathing, you can't help the other person. So the whole idea here is to take that analogy and that philosophy and say that, what, first heal yourself. First, be selfish about looking after your own self. Nothing in this world is more important than the peace of my mind. So I curated this program called Be Selfish, which I run in corporate programs, and every time I send the program details out to an HR, I get a call from them, and they say, "Can you please change the topic? We don't want you to promote individual selfish behavior. We want you to promote teamwork." And I'm like, you know what? You will find a million coaches who will go out there and train your teams to work as teams, but I'm more interested in your teams as individual people, because it's these individual pearls who are going to bind together and make a necklace that'll be important to your company. It won't be, because if even one pearl is having a problem, you will see that the necklace won't be complete.